Good morning, everyone. My name is Carla, and you've reached my FlossTube channel, KarlaBeingCrafty, where I talk about mostly cross stitch, but other crafts that I enjoy and a little bit of life thrown in. This is my FlossTube number 131. It is Sunday, February, I didn't write it down. What day is today? February 27th. So it is going to be the last FlossTube in February for this year, because when I come back next week, it'll be March. So I hope you guys have had a good February, and I want to say welcome before I forget. Welcome to anybody who's new, finding my channel for the first time. I hope that you like what you see, want to hit like and subscribe and all the good stuff. And for those of you who come and visit with me every week, thank you so much for coming by and spending this time with me. I enjoy it so much. Doing these videos and just having cross stitch and my channel and all of the people that I've met through my channel as a part of my life. It's really enriched my life and made it a lot better in so many ways. So let's see, I always usually tell you guys what the weather is like here in Southern California. It's nice and sunny today. It's pretty windy. I can see a big palm tree right outside my window, and it is blowing away. Sorry, my bank, some hair is like right in front of my eyes, and it's like driving me crazy. So I know fidgeting is not fun to watch, but now it's on my nose. There we go. So we've had cool weather this past week. We had rain, unexpected rain one day because it didn't, the forecast didn't say, not that weather forecasts are ever that accurate, right? So we had cooler weather, and it's gonna get warmer for the next 4 days, like warmer, like up in the 80s. It's supposed to be like Tuesday and Wednesday, it's supposed to be like 86, 87. So that's not even warm, that's hot. And then it'll come back down to the 60s again for another week. So who knows what's going on with the weather? I mean, those big like 20 degree changes from day to day don't do my body much good, I'll be honest with you. It makes my allergies all weird. It makes my blood sugar all weird. So who knows what's going on? Global warming, right? So all of our nice moderate California temperatures, I mean, it's still moderate, but it's jumping around. So I guess all of you guys who live in this area and are doing the temperature charts are having nice colorful charts this year so far. So I guess that's a plus, right, for you guys. Okay, so big, update announcement. I did set at the date for my next Stitchy Zoom. So I'm going to do it on a Friday this time, Friday evening for me, which I think will help put it in a time of day that is accessible for a lot of people. So I'm going to do it Friday night, March 18th at, oh, I lost a nail. March 18th at 6 o'clock Pacific time. So 6 o'clock California time, which should put it at 9 o'clock on the East Coast, which isn't too late. We never really go more than 2 or 3 hours. So, and it is Friday night, and then I think on the other side of the world, you're somewhere in the middle of Saturday, so it should be okay for most people. So I chose that date. I mean, first of all, as I've said, I'm trying to kind of rotate around between Friday nights and Saturday afternoons and Sundays and stuff, because to try and hit more people's time zones. And but I chose Friday, March 18th specifically because it is what I have taken to referring to as my non-anniversary. So it would have been my 10th wedding anniversary, actually, if I had not gotten divorced. So, it's not a day that actually causes me really too much distress. I mean, I remember that first year I thought it was going to be really upsetting, and I invited a bunch of girlfriends over, and we had just like a nice day hanging out because I was a little bit worried, and that day was a little bit hard, but the years after that, it hasn't been that bad. I have been divorced for, what, 4 years now? So half of the time, of what would have been my 10-year marriage, half of it has been separated or divorced. You know, it doesn't matter. It still affected me so much that it is just a part of who I am now, that I went through this experience. That was not a great one. Anyway, so I thought that what a great way to take back that day and make it something fun and good and not something to think about in a negative light is to have a Stitchy Zoom meetup and meet with, you know, my online and real life. I mean, you guys are real life friends, even if I haven't met you yet. But to have a Stitchy Zoom meetup and, you know, and spend that time hanging out and stitching, you know, which is a fun thing, instead of, you know, thinking thoughts, good or bad thoughts about my ex-husband. So yeah, so please mark your calendars if you're at all interested for March 18th at 6 o'clock Pacific time. And if you are interested in joining, then message me on Instagram, private message me, and I will send you the meeting ID and passcode to get onto the meeting. And so that's like, what, three weeks from now about? So anyway, so I'd love to see you then. I'm enjoying doing these, and it seems like the people who are joining are having a good time too. Sometimes we're like chatting, and sometimes it gets like quiet because everybody's just doing their stitching or whatever craft. I have a friend who's joining, and she was sewing a curtain one time and doing some other scrapbooking thing another time. So you don't have to stitch. You can knit, you can sit there and just stare at the screen. I really don't care. And I've had people who did not really feel like participating for whatever reason. If you want to be kind of a lurker, you don't even have to turn your camera on if you don't want to. You can just sit there and be a fly on the wall. It's just, you know, a time for us to commune together, and you can use that time in whatever way makes you feel good. So don't even worry if you're like kind of in an antisocial mood and don't want to talk. You don't have to talk. I mean, everybody might say hi to you, and you know, you can ignore or not ignore, but yeah. So I hope to see a bunch of you then. Okay, I don't really have a lot other things. I'm trying to think if anything interesting or exciting happened this week. Monday was President's Day, and I had to go to work. But then when I was at work and my boss came in, you know, sometimes if he like doesn't really want to hang out, sometimes he'll just say, let's close. So he did that. He actually left early, but then he's like, when you guys finish XYZ project that he gave us, you can close up. So I ended up going home at like 1. So that was good. I only had to work half day, and it was pretty low key. So that was nice. I thought, oh, I'll go home and get a bunch of stuff done. And I went home and I took like a 3-hour nap. I've just been really tired this whole week. I've actually fallen asleep a couple times when I got home from work for an hour or two. I don't know. I don't know if it's the weather change. I don't know what's going on. I've been trying to go to bed just a tiny bit earlier. I have an Apple Watch and I wear it at night, and so I do have like my time asleep monitored. And one of the days last week I looked early in the week, and it said I'd gotten 4.5 hours of sleep or something the night before, and I'm like, yeah, because I went to bed way too late. And so I've been making an effort to put the stitching away and try and get to sleep like a little bit earlier. So I have increased my daily by an hour or so. So that's good. I know I really need to get more sleep. But the problem is that like I enjoy what's happening at night. I enjoy stitching and doing my crafts at night, and I don't want to put it away. But then I'm tired in the morning. So I think if I had my ideal sleep schedule, that I would probably stay up till about 2 and get up around 10, and then I would be perfect. I would get 8 hours of sleep, and I would get everything done at night that I enjoy doing, all the relaxing crafty stuff that I like to do. And yeah, but you know, that's not the life I live right now. So I fight it. And sometimes to my detriment, I fight it. All right, let's get on to crafts. So those of you who have been watching me know that I kind of started this paper journaling, you know, projects. I'm still doing that. I'm enjoying that. I have my big project that I can't show you, but I worked on that a little bit. But I also did another one of these napkin decoupage type things using a candy box. And this is for a project for, now I can show this because my friend, I don't think she watches me, or she doesn't watch me regularly, but my friend at work is gonna, her birthday's coming up in a couple weeks, the 11th or 12th or something of March. And she really likes yellow and orange and those kind of colors. So I want to make this little booklet, and then I'm going to make one of these that I showed you before, one of these fold out things, using all my yellows and yellow roses stickers and all that kind of stuff. So I made another one of these covers. So obviously it's just the cover. I haven't done anything with it yet. And actually I need to, it's lifting right here on the corner, so I need to fix that. But I did want to show you. So I used a different napkin, so a different color scheme. This is the napkin that I used on top of a box that was primarily orange. And that's how it's looking. So I will work on that, I'm sure, this week, and as I progress with it, I will show it to you. So I did another one of these, and it's over there, and I don't want to get up to get it. And I ended up putting 2 signatures in it. The spine was like a little thick feeling for what the book would hold, so I kind of ended up kind of accordion folding it. I did this with the other one, and I thought it worked really well. And then it has perfect space for like 2 signatures. So yeah, so I'm gonna do that in this one too, but I just need to go around and do the Mod Podge on the edges where it's lifting a little bit first. So, but I love the way that the napkins, you can see, you know, the patterns come through, but you can still see the stuff that's underneath. I glued some torn up paperback book, an old book that I got for like $1 to take on a trip, and I don't even think I ever read it, but it works really well, you know, to just tear up these sort of yellowed pages and put them underneath, and then it kind of comes through. So I have been working on that. Okay, this is gonna be a big shocker, you guys, but I have, although maybe it won't be because I'll probably title the video this way. I did some framing yesterday. Yesterday I was like trying to organize my craft stuff. I got a new chair. I don't know if you can see, it's like furry. My other chair was like kind of not being comfortable to sit in for a long time, so I thought maybe I'd try a different chair. I don't know if I like this one better or not. The other one had a wider seat, and I have a wide seat, but the back is kind of getting loose. So I don't know. I still haven't decided. Whichever one I decide not to use by the craft area, I think I'm going to put over by my makeup table, and then the little stool that I have on my makeup table I'll put someplace else. That's my ultimate plan. But I got the chair, and then I also got a cart. Can you see this? No, I don't think you can. Anyway, it's a cart thing. I have another one exactly like it that I have right by my front door that has all kinds of craft stuff on it. But I thought that my bins of fabric would fit on the shelves really well, and they do. So that was great, but I reorganized everything, but I'm still not sure if I like it, because I put my little, what is it, six drawer thing that holds my flosses right over here instead, because it was over there. I kind of switched where things are, and it's great when everything's like in place, but the problem is it's not very like user-friendly to get at stuff. But that, I mean, that's the problem that I constantly have working in a small space. I can organize everything so it looks nice and neat and everything's in its little spot, but then I can't get in anything. So then I have to go through a whole big rigmarole to get anything out. In fact, that's probably why I popped a nail off this morning and not realizing it, because before I started my video, I was doing my notes, and I wanted to pull out all the projects that I'm going to be doing for March to show you guys, and 2 of them were put away. Well, they were put away behind this floss thing, and I couldn't get the drawers open, so I have to move this other little table I have and move the floss thing out to get into the drawers. And it's just, I don't have enough space in here to do all that moving, and it's just, I get frustrated. So I don't know what the solution is. Solution is to not have all this crap everywhere, not to have so much craft stuff, but that may be the honest solution, but it's not very realistic. The realistic thing is that I'm going to just have to live in a little bit of chaos and constantly try and reorganize and think of better ways to do stuff. You know, do a little bit more organizing of the other areas, and then I can, I don't know. It's a constant evolution in my apartment and my life. And you guys get to come along on the journey. Isn't that exciting for you? Okay, so that was a bit of a tangent to tell you guys that I was doing the organizing yesterday, and then decided that it was time to frame a couple things that have been sitting around. So that's what I did. I framed 3 things yesterday, and I'm going to show them to you. Okay, so the first thing I framed, I didn't stitch this. This is the gift that Stacy did for me, that she had commissioned by Brianna Crafts on Etsy, the pattern. And it's the sisters, or sisters-in-law. So it says sisters-in-law by chance, sisters by choice. Yeah. And she kind of like designed it in her head and told Brianna, and Brianna did it. And then she bought the frame and had it sent to me, because I end up doing all of her framing anyway, and it's been sitting here for months because I've been lazy. And so it's this really pretty pink metallic. Pink is Stacy's color. She loves pink. So anytime I see pink fabric or pink anything, I think of her. I don't know where I'm going to put it yet. I think I'm going to put it kind of in my dressing area. That's also where I have my mom's urn right now, and where my mom's piece is going to go. But I think I'm going to put this in the dressing area. And I can see into my dressing area from my bed, which is where I probably spend the majority of my time if I'm not sitting at this desk. So that'll be nice. So that piece, which is beautiful and emotional. Okay. Then I framed my, what is this called? All Hallows Eve by Leela Studio. I'm getting a terrible glare. Sorry, you guys. There. So I finished this, I don't even know when, last year, October, November, when I finished this. Let me see. I do write these things down. September. I finished it September 26th. October, November, December, January, February. It only took me 5 months to frame it. I love it. I made so many color changes on this. And so I just kind of did my own thing as far as the colors. I mean, I didn't change anything in the pattern, but yeah, I think it turned out really great. I got this frame. I don't remember. I get my frames from Amazon or Kohl's, mostly. So, and I'm sure it was on sale because that's how I tend to do it. But yeah, and I don't know if I'm going to hang this up or just take it out at Halloween time. I don't know. I mean, I really like it, and I don't have enough finishes to like be all picky about, you know, it's not that season. So I might just keep her out, but I don't know where. I don't have a lot of space here, so. But she turned out so cute, and I just think that she looks great framed, so. Okay, and then last, but certainly not least, is Eva, or Eva Across the Moon is what I'm liking to call her. So she's not that big, right? And I had like a, what is it, 11 by 14, whatever that standard size frame is. I had one, and it seemed a little bit small because I wasn't being able to get the whole moon in it. And I felt like if I was going to stitch something on fancy fabric like this, that I really should frame it in such a way that that fabric showed. So this one is a 12 by 16 frame. It's just a poster frame. It was really inexpensive. It just had acrylic in it, which I didn't want to use because of the beading. So I actually used the acrylic as a mounting board, and I just taped it. Used the double-sided stitchery tape to kind of tape it to the back. It's not done really well. It didn't iron really good. The folds of the fabric where, you know, it came when it was packaged kind of didn't come out great. But you know, when it's folded, I mean, when it's hung in on the wall, it's not gonna show. You can kind of see there's a little bit of a line there. It doesn't really bother me. So yeah, so I framed it like off center because because to me the moon is part of the picture. So, but I really like the way it came out. And I showed you a couple weeks ago, I gotten a couple more of the Bewitching Pixies to go with this. But the thing I had in my head at the time was that I liked that kind of special fabric so much that I wanted to find some more kind of like specialty fabric like that I could stitch the other pixies on. So I've been on a hunt, looking at all the different places that have Fabric Flair, because I think it's going to be Fabric Flair fabric that I get, because they're the ones that make that kind of fabric. But different places carry different pieces, which I didn't realize. And like Dove Stitch has an Etsy shop and a regular shop, and they don't have the same things. I mean, they have the basics, but when it comes to the sort of, I don't know what you call it, portrait type or background type fabrics, different places carry different ones. So I found one actually from, I think, Fibralicious, that I thought was really kind of cool. It has a moon also, but it's like a blue, and I think it has some like spooky kind of tree things around the edge, and then there's a moon kind of more in the background. So I got that, and then I found on eBay, I then found it on Dove Stitch, but I hadn't reached Dove Stitch yet. It's kind of like, it looks like an underground, it's called Dragon Cave or Dragon Dungeon or something like that. So it's all bricks, and it's, you know, but I think one of the pixies will look good on that. There's another piece that I found that I did not purchase, but I have it in the back of my head. That is this really cool background, and there's a big rock in the middle, so you can put the pixie on the rock. So anyway, that's in the back of my head. Okay, so that was my FFOing that I did yesterday. Excuse me. It's always this arm. Do I have like a slopey shoulder or something? Okay. So other than doing that FFO, that framing, I don't have any finishes or new starts. I just have my whips. So let me go through those with you. Okay. So this is my hashtag Be My Own Valentine Sal piece, which is the Country Cottage Needleworks Be Virtues. And I really want to get this done this month. I don't know if I will, but I'm going to continue to work on it at least maybe once a month or once a week until I get it done. There's not a lot left, but You know, we always say that, like, oh, I only have XYZ amount to do, and then it turns out, you know, it's half of it. But I did get the beescape done. So there's a couple more flowers and stuff that have to go on this side. There's a couple bees that have to go in the, there's one over here and there's one up here, and then the whole top, which mirrors the bottom. So that will be done in the next several weeks. Then I don't know what I'm doing with it. It might go into a stitchy journal. That's kind of my idea of it. I made this one. Oh, excuse me. As I roll off camera, I made this one for myself, and I do think that this would make a good stitchy journal. Somebody said it's a traveler's type notebook because you can take the pages in and out. I like it because since it was my first one, if I decide I don't like stuff, I can just take it out very easily or replace it. But I think that this one would make a good sort of stitchy journal. And so maybe I'll put the Be My Own Valentine style in here as the first one. And then I think that I have Clementine from last year that I did, that I've never done anything with. I was going to make it into a little pillow, but I actually think I might put it in the journal. Again, because I don't have that much room, and how many little pillows can I have? You know, I watch people and they have doubles, and I don't have room or place for all that stuff. And I'm not a good enough housekeeper to keep up with dusting all these things. So the stitchy journal might be the way to go. Okay, I worked on the Blue Jay that I am making for my friend Tracy, which, okay, it's the one that you can't see down here, but this is from a bird's booklet. So I got more of his wing done and up here, and then more in the flowers. The green leaves weren't there before, so he is coming along. This pattern is less elaborate than the chickadees that I did for her last year. That was the crossed wing collection. So I'll have to see when this one's done and see what she thinks, if it's worth it to continue making the other birds in this booklet, or if they're too simplistic and she'd prefer me to get more like crosswing collection birds, which are a little bit more elaborate, but I'm obviously going to take a lot longer for me to do. So it's a give and a take on that one. No. Okay. I worked on the blue bouquet with Cat. This is a DesignWorks kit. All right, come on, glare. There. DesignWorks kit. Actually, this side is probably a little bit better. It's a bigger picture. The art is, the artist is Nene Thomas, and then it's a DesignWorks kit. I changed out the fabric. This is a PolStitches fabric that I got from eBay. And just continuing. I'm still in the blue flower from the top, although a lot of it is blue flowers, but that same style of flower. Trying to fold my fabric so that the needle is inside and doesn't get knocked off. Oops. Okay. And last but not least, I worked on this twice. this week because I was just enjoying where it was going. And this is the Autumn Equinox Pixie by Bella Filipina. And those of you who watch know I had a big saga with this one with the skin because the light skin just was blending too much into this fabric, which is a Hamddyed by Rolanda fabric, which is just gorgeous. But the skin was like disappearing. So I changed her skin twice to be darker. And I decided it was time for the face. So because I had made the color changes, I had to do a little bit of adjusting. I hope that she came out like her face is still beautiful. Hope that you guys think so. So I did have to make some like color adjustments. I made her eyes a little brighter, and then I ended up doing kind of like a satin stitch on her lips because they just weren't looking right. The way that the color was charted around her eyes, it was the skin color but just like a darker one, and I ended up kind of changing that to like a pink, and then because I kind of thought it looked like an eyeshadow or a shadowing of the eye, so I went ahead and let her have sort of like an eye makeup look. I added a little bit of a sparkly stitch there to just take that a little bit further. And then I did the back stitching on the nose and stuff. I did heavier. It's supposed to be like 1 or 2 threads, and I actually went over it twice because it just, I didn't feel like it was showing up. So anyway, so I worked basically on her head, and I think she's looking, I think she looks pretty. That's one thing about the Bella Filipina charts, is I think he does very pretty faces. So I didn't want to mess that up. I didn't want to mess up the face. And I did notice, because I've seen other people have stitched like the ones that I've stitched, I think that on Bellatrix my face is so pretty, and I've seen other ones and they don't look exactly the same. So you know, the stitcher actually does kind of change the face by how they stitch it. And so I wanted to make sure that she still stayed pretty. So hopefully you guys think she's pretty. I think she still is pretty. Okay, that is all of my whips. Okay, so for haul, the only thing I have to show you guys, and where did I put them? Oh, they're over here. I have some free charts to show you, but I did get a haul of some what I'm going to use for project bags. These are from Amazon. They're these heavy felt envelope types, and it's a very heavy, but it's felt. And there's 4 of them. There were 4 of them in a package. I don't remember the exact price, but it was, I think, between $10 and $20, so somewhere in there. So they're somewhere between $3 and $5 each. So I got 4 of them in a pack. These were not on Prime, so the shipping was free, but it didn't come, it took a couple weeks. So there's a red one, and then a purple. These both have gray backs. This brown with a black back, and then a bright yellow. I have found in my time stitching that I am liking these Amazon envelope type bags that I'm using as project bags. I'm liking them, I think, the best because they are stiff enough and thin enough that they stack really well in the space that I have to stack them. So the types of bags that I have 5, I think, actual project bags that I made. I think that they're beautiful. I enjoyed making them, although I didn't enjoy it enough to keep going. I have a ton of fabric, but I just don't think that that's not in my immediate future to make more, even though I love the way they look. But even though I love the way they look, they're floppy, and they're hard to, I mean, they're not hard to keep, but they take up a lot of room. They stack up and they don't wrangle things as tightly, and they take up a lot of room. Then I bought a lot of book sleeves. I also love the way these feel, and I love the way they look. I got them, the majority of them I got from a shop on Etsy called the Aunt Farm. And then I add my own snaps to the tops of them. And I have a bunch of them. These work better. They stack better. But again, don't stack quite as well. The plastic sleeves that you can get on Amazon, these stack great, and they're slippery enough they slide when you put them together, but they're not attractive. So that's a problem. So I keep stuff in these to store them. Again, because they don't take up a lot of room, and they slide together and they stack well. And then I got these fabric envelopes from Etsy. They're felt lined. I like these. This one, you can see it's getting pretty raggedy. I got another set recently. I got ripped off too because I ordered a set of 4 and only 3 came, but it's not enough of a problem to complain about. And I don't even know where they are. I don't know what I did with them. I don't think I showed them to you. I put them somewhere and now they're MIA. So I have to find them. But because I got one to replace this one, because it's definitely, you know, it's getting all raggedy. So I liked these for that reason, you know, because they stack really well because they're thin. Then I got this set that I really like from Amazon because, again, they're stiff. They're pretty. They're like burlap. You know, they're not going to last forever. You can see I'm pulling off threads. But they're stiff. They don't wiggle. And because of that, they stack really well. So I got a set of 4 of these from Amazon. Then when I was looking for, when I bought these, I found the other ones too, I think, which was the ones I just showed you, these felt ones. So I think I'm going to stick to this type of thing. I look every so often on Amazon and I'll just do felt envelope files, and that's what I'm looking for. So I haven't used these yet, but I'm going to be putting a couple projects for next month. I have put them away in the plasticky bags, so I'm going to take them out and put them in an actual folder. Yeah, because they stack easier, and it's just easier for me to store more things on my desk that I can work on during the month. So that was it for like kind of haul. Then the other thing that I have to show you guys, and seriously, I got this like 3 weeks ago. I found this, and I've just been forgetting every week to tell you guys about it. So I was looking for counted canvas charts, and I was looking for free charts, and I was looking for free charts on a designer's website as opposed to like Etsy free charts, or not Etsy, like Pinterest, because I have a feeling like a lot of the free charts on Pinterest are really not. So when you say, you know, XYZ free chart, it'll a lot of times take you to Pinterest, and a lot of times I think those are stolen charts. But doing that, I think, led me to this website for this Debbie's Designs. So she does counted canvas charts, and she had a free chart section, and I just printed out like 4 of them. And of course I did it at work because I don't have a printer at home. And I didn't do it on color, so the pictures are gonna, you know, not do any kind of justice. But I did 4 of them. This one's called Harlequin Dance Redux. This is a spring quilt block. So it's actually quilted on the outside, but this middle part is stitched. This is called Quilt Block 1. And the thing that I liked is, you know, you can pick any flosses. I mean, the colors that she has are fine. I use the colors that the person uses as kind of a guide on the type of a floss that they use. Like, did they use a GaRon watercolors, or did they use a silk or whatever, or a sparkly something. And then I can do my own color palette. And then this one, On Point Wallet. So I thought that was really cool that she had these designs for free. Obviously she has charts to purchase as well. So you might want to go check out her site if you're interested in counted canvas. And then I found another one, and this was just a tiny chart from Carol's Counted Canvas Work and Needleworks. And she had like a blog that had a small chart. And then she had instructions on how to do it. So I thought that was fun to have, because I, you know, as I've said, I enjoy doing counted canvas as, you know, as an alternative to cross stitch. And they're great for me to do during Zoom because I can see them easier. Okay, so that was my haul. And then plans. So next week, well, we'll already be in March, so I will have switched over my theme. So February has been February florals. So I pulled out, you know, all my flower type projects. So some of them are going to be going away for a while. I think Sweet William might go away. I don't know. I might keep Sweet William out. Because I want to work on that and get it done so that I can pass on the chart. But I think I'm going to be putting away Mouth of the Flower. I only got a little bit done this month, but you know, I'm not in any rush. But my plans for March, my theme is Over the Rainbow because of, you know, March and St. Patrick's Day and stuff like that. But it's a very loose theme because, you know, all the charts I picked, very loose association with the idea of a rainbow. So I am going to be doing my Twisted Rainbow sampler, no chakra there. Which is where, you guys? I had it out. Well, okay, I'll just show you the actual thing. So this is what I have so far on it. And I will just keep going. I'm trying to think, where did I put the picture? I was looking at this right before my video started. And I'm like, that's Tulips and Fans. That's not it. Oh, I know where it is. It's right here. Over in this pile of things to show for my next month video, right? That makes sense. Okay, so Twisted Rainbow Sampler by Northern Expressions Needlework. Yeah. So that's the most like on point with the theme as far as rainbow. Then I have the Cat Collage, whoops, which was my New Year, New Start last year. I haven't worked on it a ton, but I do really like it. This was it's a Laurel Birch. This design works, yeah. So it's this chart. And that's how far I am. I figured this was pretty rainbowy. Okay, Wind Moon Fairy. I don't know what she has to do with the rainbow, but you know, she's up in the sky. And I mean, that's as good a connection as anything, right? And that's how far I am on that. This is a kit by Dimensions. I'm going to continue to work on Ella, the Frog Princess, which really has nothing to do with Over the Rainbow. Although, you know, Pot of Gold in the Rainbow, Kissing Her Frog. I don't know. Seems like it has similar themes. So I'm going to continue to work on her. Oh, and she will look like this eventually. And Catnap Fae, which is a Heaven and Earth. I'm going to continue on her. And Night Creatures, which I actually had this on my list to pull out anyway, but then I got contacted by Amy. Amy something Crafty. But she's the one who has the mystical diamond art. And as you know, if you've been watching me, I'm using majority of the flosses on this are mystical diamond art that I'm using. Not all, but a good majority of them. And anyway, she contacted me and she's going to be starting up her floss of the month again next month. So she contacted me to see if I still wanted to get them and show them on my channel, and I said of course. So she has gone through some, you know, personal dramas that I can totally relate to in the last several months, so she kind of put everything on hold, but she's coming back, so that's exciting. And when I get more information or I get the flosses, I'll definitely show you. But that's where I am on this one, and I will continue to work on that next month. Not really Over the Rainbow, but well, who knows? Maybe Over the Rainbow is a weird world where this creature pod tree would be. So yes, that is my plans for next month, or next week actually. And yeah, so I'm looking forward to working on it. Today, just more of the same, doing a few chores, doing some stitching, and yeah. So I think that's it for today, you guys. Until I see you again. I'm still futzing with my hair here. Until I see you again, I hope you have a great week and have fun relaxing and stitching. Please remember to contact me if you're interested in joining the Zoom on the 18th. And until I see you again, please remember to be content, be kind, and be crafty. This is Karla. Bye-bye.